Hello, everyone. This is Karen Cornell, your Creative Memories Advisor, and I have a really fun video for you tonight. I had went on a really fun trip a couple weeks ago with my best friend of 40 years. Yes, I know I'm so young. But anyway, we have been friends forever, and we decided to go to Palm Beach for the week. And we both love scrapbooking, and we decided to bring our scrapbooking to do in our downtime, when we're not, exercising or floating or having a drink of the day. So, or on the beach. So I wanted to show you how I packed, because this was a challenge for me. This is the first time I have ever flown to a crop or a retreat. And I am the person that takes everything out of my scrapbook room pretty much when I go to a retreat, and I fill my SUV full to the rim. My husband's like, "Do you really use all this?" And I'm like, "I might, so I need it." But this was a challenge, and I was up for the challenge. And I will. This video is going to be informative for you. It is going to let you know what I packed, how I packed it, and what I wished I packed, and what I do differently, I think is a good way of putting it. So just to let you know, I flew, and it was a direct flight. So that made a big difference because I wasn't worried about the luggage, having to switch planes. So I took my backpack, which has my laptop and my iPad, and I also threw in some of these card kits in case I got delayed at the airport. I could do something fun instead of just reading my book, or doing work on my laptop. So I thought this would be kind of fun. So I took this and this and my a tape runner with me. So I had that with me. And then I took a rolling carry-on, and I also took, which was the small rolling carry-on, and a medium size rolling that I checked. And I was really, really worried about weight. And so I decided that I'm currently working on a family album. And I was like, I can't do that because it's way too many collections. The weight would be way too much. And it's too much, too many different border maker cartridges, too many, all that kind of stuff. So I decided to pick a theme. So I picked a theme, which was Disney, because my family's a big Disney family, and I'm a couple of trips behind on Disney because I've been working on other stuff. So I was like, this is a perfect time to really knock out an album. And when I went to the beach with my best friend a couple years ago and I drove, I worked on Disney albums and I got two done. So I was like, oh, this is great. Beach, Disney, Florida, it's great. Just goes with the whole theme. So I took all my Disney stuff and I went through, I decided point blank from the get-go, I'm not taking any border punches because they're way too heavy. I'm not taking any extra punches. I'm just going to take the border maker cartridges, because I was like, I just really need to simplify. Now, does that mean I didn't take any of the border punches? No, because what I did is I pre-cut some that I thought I might use. And I knew that if I didn't use them this album, I would use them for a different album, because all my Disney albums, it's pretty much the same colors, the goldenrod, the cranberry, and black, and beige, and gray, and aqua. So it's all the same kind of colors. So I knew I would eventually use them. So I wasn't being wasteful. I was just trying to be efficient and practical. So I did take some border maker cartridges. I took lots of tape runners. I narrowed down my collections for what I wanted this album to be and what I was going to use, because I have lots of extras. So I try to use some of the extra too and mix that in. And a lot of the stickers and embellishments, you can interchange them and stuff. So I really kind of planned on that. And I think now I can show you what I packed in the carry-on. And at the end, I will show you tell you more about it. But let me switch my camera. I'm sorry, I'm rambling because I'm trying to do two things at once by switching my camera. Okay, so this is kind of what was in my carry-on. So when you can't take, I was too nervous to take any kind of blade or anything in my carry-on, even scissors. I was too scared to take that, so I didn't. So I took the polka dot small flex pod, and what I did is this actually had, I think, this in here on the way down. But I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 border maker cartridges. I filled in the tape here, and I actually had some border maker cartridges for my best friend that she wanted from me. So I had those for her there, but I just put that in there. I did take my corner rounder because, that's a fun way to change a picture. That's a small tool and easily to replace, if something got broken or something. I did have my tape runners in here. I did take a purple pen, and the reason why I took a purple pen, I didn't take a lot of pens, and I kind of wished I would have taken more pens. But I do keep track of the pages I'm doing, and as you can see, I'm way behind this year. But I haven't even put in the pages I did on the trip. But this is the purple because that's my next color, so that's why I took that. And this was all in there, and I took Post-it notes in case I needed to forget something or change a picture or reprint a picture, stuff like that. So that was in there in my carry-on, my rolling carry-on. Then I took all my pictures with me because I was really too nervous to put them out of my sight. And these things are great because I just put these covers on them, and then I had all my pictures separated and labeled, and it just worked out great. So this is all my Hollywood studio pictures. So, and this made it stay together. They strap on there, so they're safe. They didn't move around at all. So I had 2 of these in there in my carry-on, which was great. I did take the collections to kind of lessen the weight in my big checked bag. So I did take some of my collections. I took 4 of them. I did not need all of these. I wish I would have taken 3 and not the 4th, because this one I know is going for my next Disney, so I didn't even need this one. So that would have lowered my weight down. So I wish I wouldn't have taken that, but I guess I panicked at the end. But this is what I took, and then I also have here. I put all the embellishments in here. I did take one of these with me, the collapsible ones, so that, and it unsnaps. These are from a couple of years ago. I wish they'd bring them back, but this laid flat in my suitcase, so it was great. And then I could snap it together and put my embellishments in there to work when I was at my destination. I also take, this is my little scrapbooking, Bible, for lack of a better word. This has all the pictures, like what I'm scrapbooking, everything. And I keep track of if it's printed, sorted, scrapped, all that kind of stuff. So, and I keep memories in here. So I take that with me. This is my CM business notebook that I take with me because I'm a paper pencil person. I need it with me at all times. And so that is pretty much my carry-on. I didn't want to take too much heavy just because I was the one having to move it. I ended up gate checking it so that I could get on earlier on the flight and make sure I had my room and situated. And both of my flights were overbooked, and they did not have enough room for all the luggage. So I ended up getting the benefit of checking my bag at the gate, and the others had to have it taken at the gate at the last minute. But I got on board early and got to relax. So, and start watching my movie. So that is what I put in my carry-on. Now, this is what I put in my checked bag. It had all of my clothes, and I use the pods for my clothes. So I had all my pods in there, and then I put I had, because I knew I had already kind of planned that I was going to use some of these. These are the 6 by 12 inch peekaboo pockets. I had some other peekaboo pockets, 4 by 6 peekaboo pockets. I had the page protectors for my pages. And then at first, I didn't have the pages in the album. And then I was like, this is taking up way too much room. So I went ahead and put the pages in the album because I had went ahead and did Noreen's. This is a project recipe, but I did Noreen's Fast to Fabulous kind of pages for 12 by 12. And I had that already done. So I went ahead and put these pages in here. And then as you can see, I haven't embellished a lot because the Cricut was not my friend. We had a Cricut Joy and it didn't remember all of my Disney fonts that I had purchased. So then this is just an extra piece of cardstock. I don't know where that came from. But then I had some cut like pages and stuff that I had purchased at a Scrapbook Expo previously. So I put those in here. Some pre-made pages I put in here. I have this for Space Invaders. Isn't it gonna be perfect? Then I had some Variety Mat peekaboo pockets. I knew I was gonna be using some multi-pocket pages, especially for the cavalcades and the different parades. So I had those. I knew I had some pool days, so I took these with me with some other papers. Then this is the cool part. So this is how I streamlined. So I have lots of borders. So I took the fill and file and I went ahead and pre-cut some stuff like the tickets and the fair and the roller coaster. And then this is going to be for aliens, for the Space Invaders. I saw that somebody posted that on the virtual crop and I was like, oh, that's brilliant. But these are just borders that so these were in here as well. These are the leftover words from previous, I think it was the Imagine collection. Then these are all Cricut cutouts that I have that I want to use and here as well. So I put them all in here to take with me. And then more page protectors. Then cardstock. This is hard, y'all. I mean, I'm used to taking my whole big, storage and display tote full of cardstock. So I went through all of the pages I was going to be working on and I pulled 4 pages, 4 to 6. If I knew it was going to be one, I'd use more. 4 to 6 pages of each of the colors of cardstock I knew I would be needing. And remember, I'm doing Disney, so I knew what the coordinating colors would be for the pages and I knew it would work. Then I had a couple pages that I was using different, like in the front, we had a pool day and I knew I was using this collection. So I went ahead and pulled the papers from it and I didn't use all of it. I didn't bring the whole collection. I just picked some that I knew I was going to be using. So that's why those are in here. So I put all these actually fit in here with the album because the album was not filled with a whole bunch of pages yet. But I did want to protect the album from getting messed up. So I did take some of this stuff out on the way home so that I could protect the album inside because the other stuff was pretty protected. Like this is protected. It didn't need to go in there. So I went through and pulled out stuff that didn't need to go in there so I could put the album safely in there to return home. And that was in my checked baggage. Now, as far as the cutter, I took my 12-inch trimmer. I did limit the blades. I took like 3-bit blades. I didn't use any of them. I don't know why I didn't use any of them. I did originally pack everything in here in this wonderful carrying case. I did pack this and the new photo trimmer. And I had it all ready to go and it just did not fit in the medium size suitcase. And I had transferred it all to the large one, but then I decided I didn't want to deal with a large and the small. So I was like, if I take this out, because it was just too long for my suitcase. So I figured if I just took it out, if I took this out, I could still maneuver this. So what I did was I wrapped, and I decided not to take this at the last minute. Biggest regret. Always take the photo trimmer, and I will tell you why in a minute. So I wrapped this in my pool bag, which was it had lots of, it could wrap around several times because it was cloth. And so then, and then I put it in with all my clothes. So it was very protected. I took this wrapped, I took my little blow up pool float. That's like a sling. Um, so I wrapped this up in my pool sling, which was great. So it was protected and I put it in the corner. So it was great with my hairbrushes and stuff. So it was fine. Um, but I really, really wish I took my photo trimmer. And the reason being is there's so many times you're trying to cut a 4x6 photo down and you may want it to be 5 3/4. Well, this goes to 5 1/2. And so I always had to have the arm out. And remember, I'm not scrapping at a 6 foot table. My best friend and I, we were sharing it was a very large, dining table, but we had plenty of room, but this was a problem. So I ended up finding a little side table that was like one of those U-shaped side tables or C, like shape of a C. So I ended up taking one of those and putting this to the side of me. So I had like an L shape for me to work. So that's what I that did not work well for me. So let me tell you what I wished I'd taken. I'm going to switch my camera. Okay. So I wish I would have taken this. I have gotten so used to using this new photo trimmer that I felt like it slowed me down in my scrapbooking because this is just golden. I mean, I love it. I love that I have extra space to cut these photos down. I can cut mats down really quick. It's just a lot easier and not so cumbersome than the 12-inch trimmer. Do I still need the 12-inch? Absolutely. But I needed this one too to cut down my pictures and stuff. It's just a lot easier. I can do it in front of me. It was just, I wish I had this. The other thing I wished I'd taken, but we solved beautifully, was I wish I'd taken the pop-up trash can because I didn't have a place to throw my trash. But we solved that because the first day we walked a Publix, the grocery store. It was over the bridge and a mile from our hotel. So we or our condo. So we walked over the bridge to Publix to get our groceries for the week. And so then we each bought a recyclable bag. And so that became our trash bags for the week, which was great. And then we both got to take them home. So it was good. So we did solve that, but that was one thing I wished I'd had, just to throw it in right there. But we solved that problem easily. But the main thing I wished I'd taken was this. I wish I'd taken a little bit less of I didn't need to take all of the collections that I took. I wished I would have probably power layout a little bit more than I did. I didn't go through my pictures. I had them kind of because we went to Magic Kingdom twice, and I decided that I was just going to put it all together because I didn't need, 4 layouts of everything. I just needed, one layout or one page. And I thought I did a really nice job consolidating because I want this whole trip in one album. And I think I'm going to be able to do it just because I consolidated. So I feel like I had printed those pictures so long ago that was when I overprinted. And I'm really trying to wean in what I print and realize that I don't need to print 15 pictures when I'm really only going to be able to fit like 5 or 6, maybe 8. So I don't need to print all those extra pictures. So I think that would have been a change. But the main thing, I probably could have brought the decorative trimmer. That was on my original thing too, to bring the decorative trimmer because it would have fit in that bag as well. But we didn't bring the custom cutting system because I figured I have the corner rounder. I can make do with it. If there's something I really want as a circle, I will do it, when I come back. But the one thing I forgot was I had put my scissors in the back. And so then when I took this away, I didn't have scissors. And you need scissors. I needed scissors. So that was a problem. But I think overall, I was really pleased at how little I took, but how productive I was. I pretty much got an entire, which was 2 days at Disney done, except for the titles and the embellishments, but that's the fun part. And me, I can do that when I do, we call it drive-by scrapbooking, because I like to leave my scrapbook out in my craft room and just kind of putz around and lay stuff out and then put it, then the next time I'll go do laundry or go do something, pick up my kids, do whatever, and then I come back and I put it down later that night. So I feel like I can get that done quickly, but I was really proud of myself for as many pictures as I got in the album, and but I couldn't mark off any pages because I didn't finish one completely. So that made me sad. But it was a really, really fun trip. I highly recommend, don't be discouraged if a crop or a retreat is out of state and you want to fly to it, go for it. It was really fun. So it was a lot of R&R. We had, I took a nap every afternoon, y'all. It was fantastic. So it was really fun. I hope this video helps you decide how to pack. I am on the title. I am going to post my pictures of my suitcases so you can see how I packed everything. But I think I hope this helps. So let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks. Bye.